Hi everyone. Um, Here again I'm at my farm. Some work is happening, and so I had some free time. So I thought I'll record a video based on the incidents I saw nearby, because I saw some ladies from the nearby village, coming and picking wood from the nearby forest by cutting a tree. So it kind of slightly disheartened me, and I thought I'll make a video to spread some awareness. So I'm not sure how many of you know this, that about 70% of the people still use wood as the main fuel across the world to cook their food. Right, 70%. More so in developing nations with larger populations like India, Africa, South and other South Asian countries, and maybe some more in South America. Especially in the villages and the smaller towns, because in cities we have our smarter counterparts who use LPG or electricity, etc. So uh, when we're using wood to cook our foods, what's happening? For sure, it has been a survival fight for humans from many thousand years, and cooking has given them more variety to include as food. So which is for survival, but it's a survival food. It's not natural food. But what is happening when we are cutting wood from the trees to cook our food? So let's look at that. Uh, One is that you cutting the tree, and how does tree help is, it attracts the cloud, especially in the coastal areas. The forest is very important because the clouds get formed above the sea, and then they travel, and the trees play important role, especially in the first 40 to 50 kilometers between the coastal area and the mainland. And if this coastal green cover wasn't there, the the clouds won't move further, so the mainlands would get very less rains, and that is what we already observing. So the tree attract clouds, and they they really help a lot in the rains. Of course, they give us oxygen. And then if you're cutting tree near mountains, near hills, the the roots will get weakened, or they will not be there after some time. Then the landslides happen, right? It uh, affects uh, the lives of people when the landslides happen. If you're cutting the trees, the the ability of soil to retain water in itself, it depletes, right? So it can't no longer hold the water in the soil because the roots are not present, but the tree is dead. So that is one. So we counted the oxygen, we counted uh, the rains, we counted the capacity of soil to hold the water, and then we counted the landslide, right, to hold the soil together. So all these things happen, of course, and the green cover, it looks good to your eyes, good for health. So all this is happening, and now we're cutting trees, and then we are cooking grains and meats over them. So what is happening? All acid forming foods. We are cutting natural forest, and then we are growing uh, grains, lentils, some other stuff through a monocropping process, which is unnatural. Then you put in chemicals, fertilizers, and pesticides, and denature the entire land, degenerate the entire soil, and the water table goes down, and even the water table becomes chemicalized and poisonous when you use chemicals, and slowly it seeps in, goes down, it permeates in, right? So you eating acid forming food, which is cooked grains, denatured, grown with chemicals. You are doing deforestation, all this to survive. But is it really surviving well, right? On the other side, which I am building, is the food forest. So you grow multiple kinds of trees. You plant fruit trees, you plant plants, you grow some legumes, you grow some flowers, the entire mix, 7 layers, root vegetables, all of this, I mean, for your survival. I know it's going to take time for fruit trees to come, but you can grow the others for first five, six, 6 layers or 5 layers, and they would require less cooking. The root vegetables, the the other stuff, you can eat even raw, and would require less cooking as compared to dried grains, which is wheat and rice, etc. So you would require less fuel as the wood, or you would require less burning, less cutting of the trees. I understand that making of food forest, relying completely on the natural food takes time, but then you can transition and uh, reduce your dependence on the cooked foods so that you don't have to denature. The entire humanity is absolutely working against the nature. So that's just the growing grains part. But then what about the animals meat, especially in the Americas and Europes and South America and China? They are growing cows and pigs and whatnot and eating them, and they eat, the animals which are raised on genetically modified grains, they require 3 to 7 times more grains than the humans. It is so inefficient way of creating your food, not at all sustainable, that you are using all the genetically modified seeds and using pesticides, fertilizers. After having deforested the entire land, you're degenerating the soil, then you're growing those grains to feed to the animals, and then you're eating those animals. It becomes a one-time food. How much of water, land, resources, and the entire effort is going into creating this entire unnatural, unsustainable food chain for humans, and then it's giving you diseases, all kind of diseases, and then you're making more pharmaceutical medicines, etc. And how is it helping humanity? How is it helping you sustain and live? Wherein in the food forest, if you made, right, you could live 100 plus years without any diseases, without um degenerating a soil, degenerating a body, right? So I think the world has an opportunity to create huge food forest across the uh, earth, and and get free food. It takes few years, I understand, but then you have to start somewhere, and we can slowly transition our eating habits and our living styles slowly to renature the world. And that's what naturtarian is all about. We want to educate people, we want to inspire people to live more naturally. I understand the forest don't give you the kind of fruits and vegetables we want, but then over the 1,000 years, we've understood how to grow fruits and vegetables, and we can actually mimic nature and create food forest and live really healthy in nature. Because when you're, I didn't touch the disease part, because when you are burning your wood, you are inhaling that entire smoke, and we're using oils and all types of different foods. When you're burning the natural food, you're not only smelling the smoke of the burnt wood, but you also inhaling whatever you're cooking the food, right? All that fumes and all that uh, toxic is toxic to the body, right? And it slowly degenerates the body. It don't happen in a day. It slowly takes long. It creates all the toxins in the body and eventually leads into the cancer, right? How the oxygen in the nature gets burnt when you burn a fuel or a wood, and it gets converted into carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide, which is very poisonous and very toxic to human body. So in our fight for survival in a natural way, we have also lost our way to live naturally, and but there is a tremendous opportunity for us to get back to nature and really regenerate the entire forest. Yes, we could plant fruit trees and vegetable plants, which will help us at the same time, stay healthy. So it's a win-win situation. We have to be one with the nature rather than going away from it on a continuous basis. And you know what all is happening nowadays in the world. I don't want to talk about it, but I think there is a tremendous opportunity for us to not to, you know, fall prey to unnatural practices by all the humanity. All the best. Thank you.